Okay, so we're gonna walk to the Edgemont High School right now, and we're gonna have a short tour of the high school. We're gonna take a shortcut actually to get there. Edgemont, located in Scarsdale, New York, zip code 10583. Just going to show you the high school. Not the inside of the high school, but just the outside. And that's about it. Right now we're on Central Park Avenue. So just trying to keep the camera still right now. I'm going to kind of cross really quickly. Okay, there we go. Okay. Okay, let's keep on walking. Kind of humid still. So we're kind of at the end of summer 2023, and it is unfortunately still humid, but hopefully decreasing through next week. So we'll see. Anyway, so here's our shortcut. We're going to turn left here rather than going through the official entrance. And we're going to go up this hill where cars can actually go up, but more often than not, it's people who are walking up here. So we just left Central Park Avenue. If you've never been here before, you might not be familiar with this shortcut, especially because the road is kind of obscured by a lot of trees. So kind of making our way, and we're going to keep walking. There is a cemetery that way, but we're just going to walk straight up the hill into the shade, which is very much welcome right now. And we're going to go up to the main field, which is used for a variety of sports, which includes track and field, lacrosse, soccer, football, but not baseball. Those are different fields. So let's just walk. As I mentioned, cars can go up here. You can see there's actually a number of cars here. Sort of a makeshift parking lot we have here. So we are continuing to walk up here as we enter the main field. They have games in the fall and in the spring. Here we are. Okay. So I'm just going to go actually to the left this time. We're going to look at the field from up there on the fence, near the fence. So we are kind of officially on the Edgemont Junior Senior High School campus right now, even though we're actually a long way away from the actual classrooms. A lot of recreation is experienced over here. We have a soccer field / baseball field, and here we have the main field where we have a variety of sports, fall and spring. Obviously nothing in the summer. So I'll show you in a minute. The sun sets. It's really a nice view when you're up there and the sun is setting. You can see people just walking around playing on the track. It's really nice. But yeah, for such a small school, relatively speaking, there are a lot of fields and a lot of space to walk around. So I've always found that kind of interesting. I mean, so much space, just an incredible amount of space. So, I mean, which is nice. It's nice that the elementary schools here, I guess Greenville and Sealy, get to use the space for some of their games as well. So that's always nice. So stairs leading down to the field, and also going up there in that direction there are the buildings which contain the classrooms and the gym. So we can either take the stairs, or which is that way, or we can take the actual just take this path, which again cars can kind of go here as well. Anyways, sorry about that. So as you can see, here we are at the main, overlooking the main field, which is quite a nice field. It was built, I mean, the field was always here, but it was completely redone. It had those bleachers and those lights in spring/summer of 2016. Before that, it looked different. It was kind of, I think they had actual grass here, but now they have artificial turf. So that's the main field, the bleachers right there. And we're going to go up away from the fields toward the buildings which contain the classrooms. Again, I'm just going to say it right now. This is not a tour of the interior of the buildings. This is just a tour of the exterior. I guess you could say the grounds. So let's keep walking past to the tennis courts over there. Tennis courts, another field that way. So as I said, that way are the tennis courts. Kind of see them a little bit. So there's another field. This kind of long paved path goes all the way to the parking lot, which is in front of the actual campus. I guess you could call it a campus. So Edgemont High School, it's not only that big. I would say, I mean, I can kind of see how some other schools are just probably much, or probably enormous in comparison, because here in this school, I would imagine everyone really knows each other. Students, teachers, I mean, there's nowhere to hide, really. It's a relatively small school. So here you have grades 7 through 12, so they call it senior high school, and junior high school being 7 and 8, grades 7 and 8, and then the senior high school being high school, which is grades 9 through 12, 12th grade being the seniors. So I'm just going to kind of continue along this path towards the administration building, which has the lunchroom. That's where the gym is. There's two sides of the gym where they have courts, like basketball courts, etc. You can see some kind of image of our school mascot / I don't know, Edgemont Panthers. There it is, Edgemont Panthers. So here again is a parking lot and the gym area, and some outdoor seating, which is relatively new. There's also a map over there, map of the I think probably the fields, but there's also another map which is of the actual buildings. So I'm just going to keep walking along. It's Sunday, so there's no one here except people going to the fields. But during a typical school day, especially in the morning, there are just cars everywhere. So this is the kind of see these banners everywhere. I never really used to see them. Edgemont Panthers. We have teams. We have sports teams. and it's quite a nice day. The humidity is just sort of decreasing, just enough that it's not terribly uncomfortable to be walking around here, which is nice and reassuring considering it's already September. And it's still very humid. Okay, so the administration building, it says admin, and here is the parking lot. Not too many cars. And administration building, and here's the map I was kind of talking about. A basic map. Academic facilities, there we go. Couldn't have said it better myself. So we have the gym, which is over there, the athletic field, which is that way. You are here in front of the administration building, which is right there. And then there's buildings A, B, C, D, and the E building, building D, library building. So that's it. Not too much of a campus, but again, this school is certainly by no means the largest high school. So we should be able to traverse this campus quite quickly. So let's go. Academic facilities. Again, just the grounds. We have a water fountain, which a long time ago, I would say 20 years ago, was actually functioning, and now it's not really doing anything. So you can start seeing some of the academic buildings with a huge space in the middle, which is surrounded by the academic buildings. That's the administration building, of course, and then further down there is the lunchroom cafeteria where they serve food that you have to pay for, and there are a couple of vending machines there. And let's just keep going downstairs. Walking down the stairs, you see there's a kind of a main area surrounded by the academic buildings. I know that's the E building. I think that's the A building. So what you might notice right now, which is kind of interesting, is that it's not only is the campus very spread out, considering how few buildings there are, but most of the buildings, minus the E building, are just one story. So one story. Minus the basements, which students are not allowed to access. So D building, okay, fine, 2 stories again. There's a library over there, where I guess it's just kind of a place to study, do homework, hang out. And the campus is actually quite nice, but really it's not very big. There aren't that many students at the school. Again, this is grades 7 through 12. And there are 2 elementary schools in Edgemont. Again, Edgemont is located in Scarsdale, New York, the city of Scarsdale, New York. So if you say you live in Scarsdale, it doesn't necessarily mean you go to Scarsdale High School. It could mean that you go to Edgemont High School. The elementary schools are Seely Place, Seely, and Greenville, Greenville. Seely Place being closer to here. Elementary school, we'll do another tour of that some other time. So I'll just do kind of a quick turn around. Is the camera getting kind of warm? Hopefully not. So this is the A building. Class is not in session right now, but this is really the whole campus. Of course, the A building is obscuring the E building, but let's go there. The E building is a newer building. I say newer as a relative term because that building's now been around, I think, for like 18 to 19 years, so not very new anymore. E building, and there's some puddles on the ground, so let's just kind of avoid those a little bit. So that's really it. Obviously, a tour of the interior of the buildings would be a much longer video and probably a more interesting video. But as for the grounds, that is it. The E building, going past the stairs over there, gets you to another parking lot where there's some more houses. A building, B, C building. Sorry, I lied. Two stories. But a lot of the buildings don't go any more than 2 stories. That's just the way it is. So, grounds, Edgemont High School. We walked through the fields. We walked near the academic buildings. We can go behind the towards the other parking lot to see where the gym is, but again, everything's closed right now, so just showing you the buildings, and I'm not sure how interesting that is. But that is Edgemont High School. Quite a nice campus, but fortunately the grass is growing, because when it's not, there's just literally just mud everywhere. Dirt and mud. So the grass seems to be growing, which is great, because it has always struggled to grow here. That is Edgemont High School. Thanks for watching. You have really a huge space. So if you're ever going here, if you're ever going to go to Edgemont High School, just if your destination is the fields, just make sure if you're parking there, you're going to have to walk all the way and then pass that way to the fields. If your destination is the fields, just know that the fields are not next to the academic buildings. I mean, this campus is super spread out if you think about it. We have the buildings here, a long walk to the parking lot, then a long walk up the hill past some of the soccer fields. So to get to the main field, obviously that shortcut I took in the beginning, which is right next to Central Park Avenue, is the easiest way to get to the field. But to go there the official way, just know that when you get to the parking lot, you got to go that way. Don't go this way, because if you go this way, you're in a field, but not the field. Not a field. I mean, not a soccer, baseball, football field, lacrosse, track and field. You need to go the correct way from the parking lot, or else you're going to end up here where there is nothing, really no place to play sports here. So you just got to go in the right direction. That's all. Or ask around, because if someone lives here, they'll definitely be able to tell you where the fields are with no hesitation. But if you've never been here, it probably is a little bit strange that you're in the parking lot, and from there you cannot see the fields. You have to go up the hill and keep walking past several fields until you get to the area where the stairs are, and then you have to go down the stairs. You'll see that huge field with the bleachers, which is where we came. So that is Edgemont High School, senior high school, I should say, grades 7 through 12, located in the city of Scarsdale, New York. Scarsdale High School, different high school. This is Edgemont High School. And it is a rather nice day today.